It is depression season. It's been like, what, an hour since the game. Depression. The depression that supporting Phoenix causes me is...
Looks to get in! Burnley lead! What a finish from Chris Ward!
Moments, the ball is good, and the goal is good! New Zealand incredibly!
Winston Reid is the man! And West Ham lead for the second time tonight!
Welcome to the first Ferns podcast match review. I'm Toby here with Davis and Taiyo, ready to talk about the Wellington versus Adelaide game. But before we get into it, make sure to follow us on Twitter at Ferns Podcast to get the latest updates on the podcast and of New Zealand sport and etc. Let's get on with the show. Quick recap: Wellington 1, Adelaide 1, Sandoval assisted from Bull in minute 20 and 90 plus 2 minute last second equaliser from 17-year-old Bernardo Oliveira. Okay guys, so who are our top 3 players of the night?
Right, top 3 players. Third, I'm going to go for... Do I say Payne? I think Payne was actually good, you know. I thought he had a great performance. Started right back, moved into the centre-back role towards the end when we were trying to defend. I think Payne, David Bull, and it's got to be Gael because he scored. Other than that, the rest of us were quite shit. It was just defensive vibes of the past, like the last 45 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. My top 3 would probably be third, I'd say Lewis, second Gael, and first David Bull.
My top 3 of the night would probably be, we'll say in first, David Bull. I think he did quite well, he got the assist. We'll go second, Gael Sandoval, he did score. It's a great finish as well. And then third, we'll go Clayton Lewis. I don't think he was like standout, but he is the birthday boy after all.
Yeah, sure. He did play good though. He did play good.
He did play quite well, yeah. But David Bull, man.
I think Piscopo was quite poor, to be honest.
Yeah, same. He is, yeah.
Yeah,
Up
because
to what he usually does.
David Bull sent him through. He could have got 2 assists that game. We could have had that wrapped up. All he had to do was what Taiyo did against MacArthur. Chip it over the keeper.
It's like the same position. No?
Yeah, it looked like an exact replica.
Yeah.
He just couldn't get the height on it. So Taiyo better than Piscopo. All right.
David Bull, he had such a good game. David Bull.
He's actually good as well. He's stepped it up. I think towards the end of last season and beginning this season, he was like not bad, but just like average. He wasn't amazing.
As soon as Sandoval came in, he's been instant impact.
Now I want to talk about Alex Rufer. First half was like probably one of the best halves of football I've seen from Rufer so far this season.
That's true.
And then the second half, I know we had a counter. We cannot score on the counter. We had like 3 counter attacks when it was like 3 of us on 2 of your defenders. We just have to slot someone through and do the rest. We can't do that. I don't even want to see our expected goals. It was like 2 expected goals compared to Adelaide 0.7 or something, I think. Like it was, we can't finish, mate. We wouldn't be able to finish in a brothel. It's fucking awful.
Yeah, that's true. It's so much shots. Like...
Our biggest problem is that we're just not clinical enough, and that's one of our challenges going forward as a team, and it's really hurting us because Taiyo could have had like 10 like last week, and it's just we're just not finishing, and it's just really throwing us off, and we could be higher on the table.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to mention is Fenton. Like, did he play attack?
Yeah, he played like right wing. He played like the Trent Alexander role almost.
And that's kind of weird, eh?
Yeah, I'm not expecting it. I'm not sure. I'm confused why we started Payne at right back when the whole majority of the second half he basically played as a centre back anyway. Because obviously we would have gone like 5 at the back trying to defend. I just be more like logical to start Payne over Laws at centre back. Laws is good and all, but Payne is probably a better centre. He's a better player, and then start Fenton at right back. I don't understand. I'd much rather play Payne at centre back than Laws, and then play Fenton at right back instead of playing Payne in his off position. I say right, he did all right in right back, but I didn't really see a point in it when he played centre back majority of the second half anyway. When we went right back.
Just a thought, but would you play Payne over Wootton?
No. Wootton is great.
Nah. Wooton's
Stephen Taylor
solid.
vibes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like very similar, very similar to Stephen Taylor. I've been impressed with him. He's only played like 2 games, but
He's done well.
Sutton as well. Baller. Sutton is
Oh,
his name.
Sutton. Oh, he did so well today.
Next Kakache.
Yeah,
He's going to Italy or something. He's going to. I can actually see if. Here's another good question. If you had to choose one player from our starting 11, maybe you can count the reserves like the active players like Ben Wayne. Who do you see going to a top 5 league next, like France, Italy? And by top league, I mean the first division, so not like the championship. I mean the Premier League. Yeah.
In my opinion, I can probably see Piscopo going to maybe a small French league club, maybe a small franchise like Cache is in Syria.
How old is he?
He's 23 years old.
I mean, if he can sort his finishing out, yeah, he could definitely go big.
Also, maybe someone like Paulson is a good shout as well. To be honest, I just think it's really nice to have someone upcoming and full of potential on the Phoenix. When we had Kaji and Singh, it was just so nice to have played unique styles. They were young and they ended up moving, which was just. But as well, you could also count maybe Soterio if he gets his finishing up, because before he was just getting the odd goal. He scored that chip against the Wanderers a season 2 ago, and now he's scoring braces and should be getting hat tricks. God's sake.
To be fair though, Soterio still has a lot of progress to do with his shooting. Sure, he
Yeah,
scored 2 goals, but it should have been 4.
Yeah.
If he could shoot.
That was. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was Gary Hooper in that position, Hooper would have easily gotten the hat trick.
Very good would have scored every time.
Yeah. I think 2018/19, I think that was the season we finished 3rd. Yeah, I think that was the season we finished 3rd. That was the most vibey season at Phoenix since I've been supporting them, I reckon. Sarpreet Singh, Roy Krishna, David Williams. That was Fenton as well. Obviously, Fenton's been here a long time. He's a club legend at this point. That was the most vibey time supporting Phoenix for sure, man.
Yeah.
I remember I watched a game, it was 5-0 versus Western Sydney or something, and Singh scored an absolute banger. I think it was 2019.
I remember watching the game. David Williams scored a hat-trick live.
Oh yeah, I remember that too.
The last Phoenix game I went to was. Oh, it was ages ago against the Mariners, back when David Williams and Krishna was there.
I would love us to bring back Krishna, even if it's for 1 season or something. He's still
got
got it
it.
in him. Yeah. The A-League and the Indian League probably isn't too much apart in terms of quality, and he's doing good in the Indian League, so.
Yes.
If we could finish chances, we would literally, yeah. Oh no, actually, one thing that I actually am impressed with, and I think people are being very reactionary about on Twitter, is we are only 1 point behind Adelaide, despite drawing and dropping 2 points against them today. We're 1 point behind them, but we've got 2 games in hand. If we win those 2 games in hand, we're in 3rd or 4th. Obviously, there is a few teams with 3 games in hand. But if you look at the top 5, top 6, most teams have played 11 or 12 games. We've only played 10. And we're in 7th. We are 1 point off of playoffs. Considering we were last, our last 4 games is 3 wins and a draw. I think
undefeated.
We've got Brisbane in 4 days' time. They're currently second last. They're 11th. I think they've played one less game than us. If we win that, then and assuming the right team drop points, we'll be back up 5th, 4th, and still 2 games in hand over Adelaide. So I think people are definitely being reactionary. Sure, dropping 2 points isn't good, but
yeah,
we're still in great form.
We're gonna make finals.
The fact that we came into this season predicted us because we lost key players like Devlin, Davila, Taylor, and Hammond, and now we're at 1 point off playoffs and have some games in hand. It's just incredible.
Yeah, we've done well.
And in fact, we're away from home. Essentially, every single game we play, we're away from home. We have been for 2 years now, and we're actually last year we finished 1 point off of playoffs. If we can get playoffs this year, that is actually incredible considering we've not had a home game.
Do we think we're gonna make playoffs?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I
at the
think,
beginning of the
we
season.
do. We've got a chance.
At the start of the season, I jokingly would have said maybe 7th, but now I think we're actually in a great position to do that.
Yeah, way.
I think I predicted 5th in the first episode, which is crazy to think that's achievable.
I predicted us to get 10th. No, you did. You predicted us to get 5th. But to be fair, our predictions were quite shit. I had Perth Glory at 3rd, and you had them at 4th. So Yeah, looking at this now, mate, our predictions were terrible. I had Western United, who are currently top of the ladder. I had them in 12th.
Oh, I don't think anyone expected Western United to be up there.
I had Melbourne Victory in 11th. You did as well, Toby. Yeah, it's actually dreadful predictions. Well, hey, you're not watching this podcast for ball knowledge, right? I think the expected goals was like 2 for us or something, wasn't it? I think it was 2 expected goals. I think Adelaide had like 1 or something. But things that don't count towards expected goals is when you obviously don't get a shot away. And the amount of times we found, I think 3 times, was when we found ourselves on the counter. I think Ball and Piscopo and Rufer was found himself on the counter at one point. We bottle easy chances like that. I feel like it shows a difference. Like, I love the A-League, obviously. I love Wellington, but it shows a difference between the football quality in the Australian League or the A-League compared to like even a top 5, top 6 league. Man, most professional footballers, they should not have a problem against 2v2, 2 attackers v 2 defenders. The 2 attackers should be winning every single time.
Most times it was actually 2v1.
Yeah, and we went 0-3 in the counter attacks. We didn't. Oh, I think one of them actually no. We got 1 shot off, and that was Gael, and it was straight at the keeper. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was a finesse shot straight at the keeper.
Yeah, I saw that.
The finishing was absolutely horrible. We played good football, but if we could actually finish our chances, then we'd have no problem getting playoffs.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what's depressing? I've witnessed this season a 90-second Adelaide equaliser, I think it was like a 89th, 90th minute absolute screamer from Damari Gray against Arsenal, and so much last minute heartbreaks in football for me this season. It is not good for my mental health.
Donnarumma got shipped by Blooming Tante.
Yeah, true.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to catch up with us on Twitter and recently our new TikTok, both at Ferns Podcast. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.